Charity cases eat last, my 8-year-old nephew whispered, staring right through me. My sister laughed into her wine, and my mom tried to hide a smile. In that moment, I finally understood what I was to them. A year later, my dad was in handcuffs. It happened at my parents' backyard BBQ. I was balancing a plate when Leo slid behind me. He looked proud, like he'd rehearsed it. I reached for a roll, then his voice cut in. Charity cases eat last. My sister snorted, like it was a punchline. Her husband shook with laughter. My mom pressed her lips, fighting a grin. My dad muttered, "That's not nice," and turned away. I set my plate down. It clacked hard. "I'm leaving," I said. My sister rolled her eyes. "Oh my god, don't be so sensitive. We're teasing," my mom snapped. "Sit down. You're overreacting." "No," I said. Then I walked out. For years, I'd been the easy daughter. I showed up, I cleaned up, I paid. Over 5 years, I poured about $300,000 into my dad's struggling manufacturing business. He always had a crisis, and I always had a check. Meanwhile, my sister's family lived like they were sponsored. That night, my dad texted, "Need $50,000 by Friday. Taxes." No hello, no apology, just a demand. I typed back, "Never again," and blocked him. 2 weeks earlier, I'd hired a forensic accountant. Her report was sitting in my desk like a loaded gun. The business wasn't dying, it was thriving. My money didn't go to equipment or taxes. It went into a separate account, then straight into my sister's life. Her house, her kids' private school, luxury trips, and her husband's failed ventures. So the next morning, I called my attorney. "File it," I said. No quiet deal. 3 days later, my mom called panicking. "There's a lawyer at our door. He's saying fraud and recovery." "What does that mean?" I kept my voice flat. "It means I'm done being your charity case." My sister got served next. Turns out her signature was on the fake reports used to squeeze me, and her name was tied to the account where my money landed. She called nonstop. I ignored 17 calls and answered the 18th. "You're going to ruin us," she sobbed. "We can't pay you back. You paid for private school just fine," I said. "That's different." "No, it's not." Then I said the part that made her go silent. "Your husband didn't get laid off. He got fired for embezzlement." "How do you know that?" "Discovery," I said. "It's going to be fun." And I hung up. A reporter called a couple weeks later because the filings were public. I gave her the forensic report. Her article blew the doors off. More lawsuits followed. Then the state opened an investigation. That's when my aunt, my mom's sister, finally called me. My dad had done the same thing to her years ago, and my parents buried it. She said she sent me birthday cards for years. I never got one. Right before trial, my mom showed up at my apartment looking wrecked. She stared at my small living room. "I didn't know," she whispered. Then she dropped the twist. "I filed for divorce," she said. "Your father hid money overseas, millions, and he had a one-way ticket, just for him. So while she called me dramatic, he was planning to disappear and leave us holding the mess." Trial lasted 9 days. My mom testified and finally told the truth. My sister tried to play innocent, until my lawyer put emails on the screen, 5 years of planning how to extract the most money from me. One line made the courtroom go cold. "She's desperate to fit in. Tell her layoffs are coming. She'll pay by morning." My sister snapped on the stand. She screamed at me like I'd robbed her. The jury watched. I stayed still. The verdict came back in 3 hours. Full restitution, extra damages, my sister jointly liable. The judge referred it for criminal charges. My dad wouldn't look at me as they let him out. Later, he took a deal and got prison time. My sister saved herself by testifying, and she lost basically everything else. House, school, friends. 6 months after, I sat at my aunt's table with relatives I barely knew. My grandmother pressed a velvet box into my hand. Inside was her mother's ring. "I kept it out of that family," she said. "You earned it back." My sister texted from a new number. "I forgive you for what you did to our family." I stared for 1 second, then blocked her again. I bought a small house with my money. I planted roses along the fence. For once, they didn't feel like a warning. They felt like proof I made it out. And yeah, my attorney asked me out after the verdict. I made him wait. For once, I let someone earn a seat at my table.